Question 17. A lot of words in this question which we need to read through quite carefully, but also I can see a tree diagram, so that tells me it's going to be about probability. The information I have is that 100 boxes each contain 10 balls. 45 of the boxes are labelled A. 45 of the boxes are labelled A. They contain 7 black balls and 3 white balls. 25 of the boxes are labelled B. They contain 4 black balls and 6 white balls. The rest of the boxes are labelled C. And they each contain 8 black balls and 2 white balls. In a game, a player chooses a box at random and then chooses a ball at random from the box. Complete the tree diagram shown below. Now, the tree diagram tells us the probabilities of all these things. Now, it tells us that the probability of choosing box A is 0.45, which is 45 out of the 100 boxes. The probability of choosing box B, it tells us, is 25, which is 25 out of 100 boxes. The rest of the boxes are labelled C, so we have how many boxes which are labelled C do we have? Well, it's 100 minus 25 and 45. So the number of C boxes we have, 25 and 45 is 70. So we have 30 boxes labelled C out of 100, which is equal to 0.3. That's one way of calculating this. The other way of calculating it would have been to add up these probabilities 0.45 and 0.25 and take them away from 1, because these probabilities on the tree diagram add up to 1. That says completed the tree diagram because it gives us the probability of choosing a black ball or a white ball from each of the boxes, depending on what they are. Part B of this question asks us, what is the probability that a player will select a black ball? So we need to work that out, really. So a player can select a black ball by choosing box A and a black ball. So if he chose box A, he'd have a probability of 0.45, but he needs to choose the black ball from box A, so that's a probability of 0.7. So whenever you see and in probability, you replace it with a multiply. So the probability that he chooses a black ball from box A is 0.45 times 0.7, which is equal to 0.315. But he could also choose a black ball from box B. So the probability of a black ball from box B is the probability of choosing box B, which is 0.25, and the probability of choosing a black ball from that box is 0.4. 0.25 multiplied by 0.4 is 0.1. Finally, the probability he could get a black ball by choosing box C and choosing a black ball from box C. So the probability of choosing box C we've just worked out is 0.3, and the probability of choosing a black is 0.8. Multiply those together and that gives us 0.24. We're not quite finished there. The probability that a player will select a black ball, he could select a black ball from A or B or C. So A or B or C. Now when we see the word or in probability, we replace it with and. So the probability of choosing a black ball from A is 0.315, or choosing a black ball from B is 0.1, or choosing a black ball from C, which is 0.24. So the probability of choosing a black ball from any box is the addition of those decimals, and that is 0.655. And that's the answer to the question.